Well, sorry about the delay, guys. It's been a hectic morning. It's been a shitty morning. It's fucking raining. It's raining. It's crappy out. I was going to go out today and film a location. I was going to go check out a location I've never checked out before, and I'll give it away. I don't care. Limehouse Conservation, and they have really cool, really cool old limehouse drying kilns and stuff that are still there. It's I believe it was built in the 1850s. I think 1858 or something like that, which is pretty cool. And it's funny because it's in an area I've driven by so many times, but I've never actually gone in and hiked the trails, or I don't know. It's just one of those areas that why have I never done this? Why? It makes no sense, right? It just makes no sense at all. Anyways, hope you're all doing good. It's late morning now. I was planning to go earlier, but you know, things happen, and life and shit like that. So yeah, here I am. I was gonna do, like I said, I was gonna go out this morning and go to the location and check it out and film some nice content for you guys, because it's a pretty cool place. Let me see. Look, I'll pull it up and I'll show you some pictures. And they've got some really cool caves too. But I'll show you the kiln, or it's a drying house, if you will. Here we go. It's actually really cool. And I know this particular building, small little, there it is right there. Was built, I can't really get in there, but it was built in 1858. And that's all that's left of it. And it was a drying area. Let me just see what other pictures they have. Oh, let's go. That's the hole in the wall. These are kilns. And there's the kilns, one of the ones that, somewhat left. Not a whole lot left. And then they got crevices that you can climb down into where they were digging the bedrock, which there was limestone. So so it's a really cool place. And again, this is a part of the Niagara escarpment, which runs all the way down to Niagara, obviously. Absolutely beautiful. But there's the main attraction, if you will. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? It is pretty cool. And I can't believe I've never actually gone to this place. I'm telling you. So I was going to go out there today, but unfortunately it's been raining. It's kind of clearing up now, but I wanted to get a head start. So I'll probably, depending how Thursday looks, I may do it Thursday. But as of right now, Thursday is looking like it's going to be shit. It's going to be raining again. Let me just double check. But the rain's supposed to clear up by 1 today, roughly. And yeah, Thursday's supposed to be shit. Which sucks. My only other day off. I'll get it done. But then I was thinking, okay, maybe it's probably better to go there in the fall, because right now, the bugs, like I'm talking about it, like ticks and mosquitoes are really bad in that area. So I don't know. I'm sitting on the fence, and usually when I'm sitting on the fence, I just say, "Oh, fuck it, I just go." I just throw out weighing options. Just fucking go, get it done. So probably go check that out. And then another location I wanted to go check out, just to film for you guys, because they're historic and they're really cool, is a place called Darnley Mill. It's an old woolen mill from the mid to late 1800s, and there's still quite a bit of it left. Of course, not a lot, but you know what? For a mill that's sitting beside a river, it's still in relatively okay shape. I mean, it's all fenced off, which kind of sucks, but I understand. You want to, keep people safe from going in and, hurting themselves, because this place is pretty dangerous. I've gone in there at night, and yeah, I've been very, very careful but reserved about how I move around in there at night, especially because of how unsafe it is. It's just yeah, but a cool place. And again, the problem with that place is because it's in a cool place, a cool little town called Crooks Hollow. I love that name, Crooks Hollow. And Crooks Hollow is it's just reminiscent of just a small little kind of town. There's really nothing there. I mean, a corner store and a mechanic shop and some other little shops and the mill. The mill was there, and all that's left now. Although there are houses that run along the road that the mill it's on, it's all conservation area, and There's a dam in behind the mill now, and a reservation pond, reserve water. Um, it's and the thing about going there, it's the people that are there, like that live in the area, they're very very suspect. So the minute you park there's like an access point where you can't go in. It's for the conservation area employees only. But if you park in that, they're automatically calling the conservation up, and within minutes, I'm talking seconds, in some cases, they're there to kick you out, get lost. So they're keeping a close eye on it, which is cool. It's nice because you hate to see places like that with such history being uh you know damaged even more unnecessarily. you know but at the same time, it's sad to see these things just wasting by the wayside. It's just sad that history is slowly slipping away, and nothing is really being done about it. I mean, what I know it costs money, and you can't save everything, but it'd be nice to save something that is something like that. To me, would be very important to save, historically. you know and there is quite a bit of it left. Let's see if there's any pictures that are relatively new, um recent. Like I said, I haven't been there in quite a long time. Yeah, so it's an old grist mill. Okay, let's look at the pictures here. Let me look at this. I want to see if there's some real cool pictures. Okay. And these are from 2010, so a lot of the pictures are old, but let's see what we can get here. I have video of it somewhere. I don't know where my stash of vids have gone for this. Like I said, I have so much stuff. Okay, well, I'll just show you these pictures here. Get rid of this. And give you an idea what it looks like. Right? So there you go. There's what it kind of looks like, right? That's from the roadside. The walls are still standing. The roof obviously is no no longer existing. There's the wall side that faces the river beside it. This is this vantage point is taken from the road. There's a bridge beside it as well. And this is the easiest access point to get there. This room here, and as you can see, many people have this. Again, this was taken about 15 years ago, and as you can see, it can be very, very, very dangerous if you don't know anything about this. This is from inside the interior. Once you've gotten into that room, and then you kind of go out into this open area. Uh, that's the wall that you see. I can't remember, but there was a lot of people. A lot of the employees were actually housed here too that work there. It's an old grist mill, and this is looking down at the lower level. What's left of it, you know. And as you can see, I mean, quite a bit of it is still. It's still pretty much like this. And again, looking down, bottom floor, see this, and as you can see, it's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. You really, really have to be careful when you're in here. And this is the back corner area. But there you go. There's a quick view of what it looks like. Pretty cool place. Pretty cool place. So I'm going to head out there again. Like I said, if I wasn't going to go to Limehouse today, I was going to go out there. So, but those are two upcoming locations that I'm going to go check out and just film some content for you guys to check out and see. It might be tough getting into Darnley Mills during the day, like I said, because the people who live directly across the street, they have eagle eyes, surveilling the place constantly, right? So, and it's like no trespassing. They don't want people trespassing. They just don't want to have liabilities and shit like that to have to deal with. So I mean, logically, they have it fenced off and bang, and it's really a shame. To give you more about it, let's okay. I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on it. And like, there was an old website from years ago. It's still up, actually. I'm just looking at it. And it's got some pictures from, let me see. Okay. It hasn't changed much in the past 20 years. At least from what I gather, it looks pretty much the same. So, a rough history of the place. Um, that's going way too back. Oh. So roughly 6,000 years ago, humans began living at the head of the lake, which is Lake Ontario, which is the region we now call western end of Lake Ontario. For thousands of years, you could find native people using the lakes and streams for fishing, the surrounding forest for hunting, game, and the open flat lands for cultivating corn. And yeah, These natives were called the neutrals by the French because they steadfastly refused to get involved in the battles between the two neighboring groups, the Hurons, who primarily lived along Georgian Bay, and the Iroquois, who lived south of Lake Ontario. All right. That's going back too far. So, anyways, this area now is called, there was a settlement, and which is now called Crooks Hollow, and it still is today. In the 1800s, it was the center of Upper Canada's industrial growth. Crooks Hollow was named for its most prominent founder, James Crook, who was an ambitious industrialist that saw the potential of Spencer's Creek, which is right next to the mill. The War of 1812 proved to be particularly difficult for the soldiers in the area. So Crooks constructed a grist mill to supply flour for making bread. It was named Darnley Mill. Besides the creek, to power the grist mill, he envisioned it used for irrigating crops, developing electrical power, recreation, transportation, and drinking water. The grist mill was the first of many businesses built in the surrounding area, provided the starting point for the growth of Crooks Hollow. Yes, and you see remnants of what's left. In 1826, the grist mill was converted and became Upper Canada's first paper mill. Wow. Okay. I'm just trying to see how many people were there at one point. Yeah. Cool. I'm looking at all these old photos, and it was fenced off even back then. This is 2002. This particular group was, the fence had an opening in it. What's sad is this paranormal group that is very thorough. Don't get me wrong, but they, orbs and mist were considered paranormal, and that drives me nuts. But so a lot of the night photos taken, you see a lot of mist and orbs, and they're like, "Oh, cool." And these were taken on, I'm looking at they're taken on digital point and shoot cameras when they had first started coming out. But I mean, the photos are cool in terms of the absolute beauty of the building, the absolute beauty of the building. And like I said, the building hasn't really changed. Looking at these photos, and I haven't really looked at these photos extensively, just on a whim, because actually I remember I use this website as reference to finding the place where it was when I first went out there years ago. It was probably, I think the first time I went out there was like 2005, 2006. And we quickly found out how hard it was to actually get in there and roam around freely without having to be booted out of there. So I mean, the first attempt was futile because they kicked us out. So that kind of sucked. I'm just looking over these photos. You know what? I should show you some of them. It's just, I mean, a lot of these are from 2002, 2003. Holy shit, up to 2005. And as far as I know, this group's no longer active. They have been probably for quite a long time. But I found them very good in terms of reference to locations in the direct area of intrigue, and based on what they had found over the years, which I like to base things on history. I think history is a very important. Hey Sage, how are you? I think history is a very important factor to take into place when you go to these places. Rather you like to have the history up front loaded, or if you like to have it after the findings, whatever your preference is. The fact is, can you, whatever findings you get, whatever findings are there that you sort of collect, do they kind of link up to something about the history? And I again, I hate people who really run with it and manipulate it. It happens quite often. It happens way too often, where something is misconstrued or falsely um, out of context. It's just like, come on. The narrative should be as exact as possible, right? Once the narrative frays off onto a side trail, then people get, oh wow, this is, and then people get pissed off, and because if somebody knows the history of the place or whatever, you're fucking lying, you're faking, and it's true. Then you're like, okay, you're opening a can of worms that is very unnecessary. It's just no point to it. But again, anyways, rather you like the history front loaded or not, however that's your prerogative, that's fine. But I like to have the history. I like to be well versed. That's a part of the research, right? That's my background, is researching and investigating and kind of trying to link whatever possibilities together. um it may not even be paranormal, whatever. It may be just something like, oh wow, this could possibly be where they cut the wood to fuel the fires or whatever, and there's still markings over here, whatever, you know whatever the case may be. I think it's cool. But anyways, back to this mill. And again, going into this mill, automatically when you go in there at night, obviously, without a doubt, most people are going to, oh my God, this place is creepy. It's definitely haunted. Definitely haunted. So the atmosphere is set now. Everything's contaminated because now everything is paranormal. No, come on. Let's be sensible about this. Let's be logical. And start again explaining what you can. Explain what you can. Even if there's things that you can explain at that moment, collect it and whatever. If you can try to recreate. If you can't recreate, then okay, let's try a different avenue. Whatever. Be as thorough as possible. Right? Run it through the mill. Because if you don't run it through the mill, other people are going to run it through the mill, because especially if you decide that you want to, present it to the public and say, oh, look, I got this really cool, real cool piece of evidence. of a ghost or paranormal or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you, I don't know. Whatever it is, but run it through the mill. Scrutinize it to the best of your ability. If you feel that you can't explain, you know, you can't explain, it's beyond your comprehension maybe, and yeah, of course you're not well versed, or you're not an expert in scientific terminology or phenomena or whatever, then maybe present it to somebody that you know has a, a hold on all that shit, and see what they say. See what they say. Somebody responsible. None of this fucking bullshit. Oh yeah, you definitely got something paranormal. It's definitely a ghost. It's definitely an anomaly. It's definitely an anomaly. Okay, great. Let's look into this further. Right? I mean, run it through every fucking not filter, but every fucking stage you need to explain it as best as possible. Right? There's a lot of factors out there, a lot of aspects that you can draw from. And some people who've been, doing this for many years have gained experience and might have had a similar experience, maybe there or somewhere else, or have encountered a similar sort of scenario that they can sort of say, hey, yeah, this looks what kind of like what I kind of experienced here, but what I found was this. It could possibly be this. Okay, there you go. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Instead of looking like a fucking idiot and presenting it to the world and saying, I got a fucking ghost. It's paranormal. It's paranormal. I swear it is. This is I think the best kind of clickbait out there is this will change the paranormal landscape. This will change the way you look at the paranormal. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. But humans are, obviously naturally very fucking intrigued. They're very, oh, I got to check this out. Definitely. I'll check it out just to see how much of a fool they're making themselves. Or people who fucking buy into this shit without asking the real questions. I don't know. Whatever. So, anyways, back to what I was talking about. I'm going to go back, revisit this relatively really cool place called Darling Mill, the one I was talking about, and the one I'm kind of referring to. And let me see if I can have more of a. I'll show you some photos at night, which it's fairly cool, obviously at night. Or let's see. Let me see. This was taken 14 years ago. Okay. I don't know how well I haven't watched this, but let me just throw credit out there because I want to make sure I give credit. I hate using people. I'm going to make sure I put the credit where credit is due. Let's see here. Hold on a sec. Give me a sec here, guys. Wolfman. I like that, Wolfman. And what I'll do, I'll put that there. And I'll make sure I share his YouTube channel. Let's just go back. Hold on. You gotta copy. And right there. Make sure that's done. Give me a second. Just a minute. I'm going to show you guys. Now, like I said, I haven't watched this. Hold on. Change all that. All right, good to go. So I'll go back to this. This is a short video. And I'll share it. Exactly, Sage. Yep. All basic information that people should bring with them. It's you need to be able to control the environment, surrounding environment as best as possible. I mean, you're not going to entirely be able to control it to the fullest, especially in an exterior location, but you got to do your best. And then when you're collecting data, you got to make sure that, you know, if something while you're collecting the data, you notice, mark it. It may be on video or may be on audio, whatever. Mark it. So when you go back to review it, you know, you can understand. Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, okay, cool. Okay, so here's Darnley Mill here. Let me just open it up here. Okay, here we go.
Hey, I'm the Wolfman, and I'm here today in beautiful Crooks Hollow, Ontario, Canada. I'm going to take you into the Darnley Grist Mill. Now, the Darnley Grist Mill was named after Lord Darnley of Scotland, a famous ancestor of James Crooks, who gave Crooks Hollow its name. This grist mill was created in 1813 out of huge chunks of stone that were milled from a nearby quarry. There was a 9-meter water wheel that helped turn the grist mill and grind everything up and make it into the flours and powder that are used in kitchens throughout the world. Now, after Crook's death in 1860, this mill was sold to James Stutt. Stutt bought out this mill, and he created a new mill for it, making it the very first paper mill in Upper Canada. It was used exclusively for paper making. Now, unfortunately, in 1885, on July 9th, there was a huge explosion in this mill, which ended up killing 2 men. Some say this mill is still haunted. Now, the mill was bought in 1969 by the Halton Region Conservation Area and turned into its present state today. So let's go on in and have a look around.
Yeah, he's barefoot.
One of the things I absolutely love about visiting these old buildings is not just the buildings themselves, but look at this brickwork. The brickwork that's around here isn't like modern day brickwork, cinder blocks, things that you see in 21st century buildings. But this is 19th century brickwork. These bricks were originally giant pieces of the quarry. Men went to the quarry and blasted away the quarry walls, taking big, huge chunks of stone. These stones were then carried here and formed into these exact shapes. They were placed here, they were chipped at, they were hammered at by individuals, and they were made like this. They certainly don't build buildings like this anymore. Really, really fascinating pieces of history all around us.
There's Spencer River right there, runs beside it.
Now this mill looks completely different today than it would have when it was in operation. You would have seen
But
all
his
sorts of
camera's a little
automation in
blurry.
here, all
Either
sorts of
clean the
machines that would have
lens
done
or focus it
different
better,
things,
buddy.
turning flour mills, things like that.
I just
Now this was a time before we had modern day electricity. This whole mill was water powered. So water would have been pulled from the stream outside, and it would have come in along these troughs and chutes that we see in the floor, and it would have turned wheels and things like that. It wasn't until they put the boiler in that the process was automated.
Yeah. I think that's his Steve. Yeah, Ryan.
So right now I'm inside the last enclosed area of this mill. As you can see, it's sort of a modern day versus antique looking inside, where beside me I have some of the antique walls that were here, the original stone hewn walls, as well as more modern day concrete that was poured and formed. These posts as well are fairly modern. They are the pressure treated material that you see for using in decks and things like that. These were probably installed after the mill was closed so that it would stop some of the degradation and things like that of the building, so it's not falling apart. Now beneath me is actually kind of a big, huge pit. These would have been used for hosting equipment, parts of the boilers, channeling water, things like that.
Pretty cool place. Now again, this was taken about 14 years ago.
All around me here are some of the last pieces of automation that were left in this grist mill after it was shut down. You can see these big, huge pipes which would have been used for moving water. That water would have been used by both the boiler when they installed it, and it would have also been used to turn the giant grist mills when this was a grist mill back in the 1800s. I hope you've enjoyed this trip into the Darnley Grist Mill. I'm the Wolfman. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing.
Cool. So there you go. There you go. Darnley Mill. And you know, there's been a lot of people that have gone here. I mean, it's a staple in the area that, you know, especially people, urban explorers and paranormal groups and so on and so on have gone to this place. And each one of them obviously have their way of looking at it. Oh yeah, it's haunted. I'm telling you right now, it's goddamn haunted. Whatever. It's just a neat place. It's humongous. It's still it's such a, you know, the last time I was there, I think was probably about I think during the vid. I think it was during the vid, was my last time there. I can't remember per se, but I'm thinking, oh yeah, I love them, Sage. They're just amazing. And again, it's just so sad to see a lot of these, you know, wasting away. Oh, they're just, you know, oh, we'll fence them off and let them just, and that's all they do. Like so many places. Like there's an hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here. There's a couple places I've been to over the years that haven't been fenced off and were a part of, you know, conservation area. But I mean, a lot of these conservation areas rely on donations, right? Let me see. Let me just see. I'm going to go to, if it's in an album, hold on. Where are we? Yeah, they rely on donations. Here we go, the Harris Woolen Mill. This place is really fucking cool. Well, and these photos, let me just see. Pull them up as much as possible. Now, unfortunately, this is all fenced off. These photos were taken in 2007. And this is another place I'd love to go to. But the point is, why? Why now? Because it's all fenced off. But anyways, here's what it looked like. And as you can see, everything but the roof, really. It's still like the facade is in great shape. At least it was, right? Look at that. So bloody cool. And once again, these were taken in 2007. And the Reservoir Pond, like this now, since like I said, has a lot of this has fallen down, crumbled, and now is fenced off. So you can't actually walk amongst the ruins, which is sad. I mean, look at this, such a cool place, and it's a shame now you can't experience it fully. It is so cool. And this is what I mean. Another piece of history just wilting away, dying. 1884, right? When this was built, 1884. So there you go. There's Hey Tim, that is the Harris Woolen Mill ruins. Again, all but gone. What's left of it is now fenced off. You can't get in to see. Right? Another place that's been fenced off for years, which is really, really cool, is the Cheltenham Brickworks compound. That place is awesome. I'll show you some pictures. And again, the history, right? And again, Brickyard. It made the bricks. It made the bricks. Okay, Sage, take care. Okay, so here's the Brickworks, and again, this hasn't really changed too much. It's pretty much the same, if you will, but this is a pretty cool place. And again, this was fenced off, no trespassing, but people would go in anyways. You see the stacks are still standing. A lot of the machinery is still in there. So big you can't fucking move it. But I mean, as you can see, the bricks are red because the surrounding area was red clay. So they made the bricks out of this clay. Obviously, that's why they there's a place right next to it called the Badlands, and you could see the shape the dune shaped areas where they were extracting this clay from, and what's left of it, it looks like a wasteland, if you will, like a red clay wasteland, and they call it the Badlands. It's really cool, and they actually had to shut it down for about a year or two to preserve it. And now you can walk amongst it. And now they've got like a wood trail, made like a bridge trail, the walkway that goes through it, which is actually really neat. So that's cool. But yeah, there's only the one building left. There's a couple smokestacks. I think there was another smaller building. I can't remember. From a distance. And kids partying. The kids have been partying in there for years. There's actually an upper level there, but it was hard to get to. I like rusty spoons. You gotta love it. And again, you can see the outline. What's left of one of the other buildings that are completely gone now. I think there was 3 in total of these buildings. Oh, there's 2 of them left. Sorry, 2. There was 3 of them, I think, in total. The third one was over here somewhere. The Clash. And I think this building here was like a storage where they stored the bricks. Off to the side. This is another place I haven't been to in a long time. I used to love going to this place. And it wasn't necessarily because of the paranormal aspect. It was because of the historical aspect, you know? The historical aspect of things. Hey, Fredo, how are you? Good to see you, Adrian. What's going on, buddy? So, yeah, couple locations that I will possibly go revisit. Actually, it's been a long time. Holy crap, been a long time. I don't think I've ever filmed any of this stuff for my personal YouTube or this. And if you guys would like to follow my personal YouTube, you can do so. I'll give you the link. I think I might restart it up again. I haven't really been doing too much with it over the years. It's been a couple of years anyway since I've really done anything. But if you want to follow that, you can. The link is right there. Check it out. We got some of the old vids up there. It's been a long time. Holy crap. It's been a couple of years anyways. But let me see. I don't think... Yeah, no, I don't have it up there. Right. There's that. Okay. So yeah, anyways, couple locations. So the Limehouse Conservation Area, which has a really, really cool old drying hut and has one of the kilns are still standing there, and some cool crevices inside the limestone that they were extracting. There's some really cool cavernous sort of crevices, if you will, that you can go and explore and climb down into and shit like that. It's a pretty neat place. So I was thinking about going there today, but unfortunately, because it's been raining, it looks like it's letting up. It looks like it has stopped, but we're supposed to get a little bit more. So yeah, I think I'm not going to bother going out now. I would have done it first thing in the morning, and hence doing this. When I said I was going to do this, I was going to start this a couple hours earlier, but I was tending to some other stuff. But yeah, it's maybe a Thursday thing. Maybe Thursday this week I might check out. If not, but then again, I'm sitting on the fence and going, okay, well, maybe I'll do it in the fall, like closer to the fall when it's not so bad in terms of bugs. Because fuck, the bugs are bad this year, especially because of how wet and cool it's been. It's been relatively mild, and there hasn't really been a lot of humidity. I mean, I guys in the UK, I hear you guys are going through a heat wave again. If I'm not wrong there, I think you guys are going through a heat wave. And I also heard that Stammer stepped down. I'm sure a lot of you guys over there are pretty happy about that. But you guys, yeah, you guys are going through a heat wave there in the UK on so many levels. So many levels. 32 degrees. And what's it with the humidity? Is that total? I mean, do you guys have humidity there? Or is that just straight heat? Oh, let me see. I'm going to see what it comes up on my end. But it doesn't tell me. Okay, so London is saying at 27 degrees, but it's not telling me heat wise. Like, I mean, 28. Let me see if it comes up here. Oh, yeah. Got the hot. Yeah, it's looking pretty warm there. Let's see. It's not giving me the full on a sec there. Let me see. It's not giving me the forecast here. Let's see. It's just saying 26. Come on. Looks like parts of southern UK, England, France, Ireland are going through a heat wave. Yeah. Here, nothing here. We're just we got storm cells here, but it's relatively mild here. Hey, Leanne, how are you? Yeah, it's relatively mild here. It's only let's see here. Maybe if I bring this up, it'll give me a better idea. 18 rain right now, and it looks like the rain is about to start up again. It's been off and on, but actually raining all morning. But it's supposed to clear up by 1 p.m. here, which is 6 p.m. UK time. But let me see. I'll go to the map and see what it says. Okay, let's go over here to the UK. It's not giving me a, let's see. Okay, get rid of that. Let's see. Come on, I want to add another one here. Come on. Why is it acting up? Fuck. Come on. Let's go. Lurky turkey in the terms of meeting, so I can sneak and listen and chat. Okay, this thing is acting up. It's being a pain in the ass. Come on. Make sure it's completely shut off. Okay, come on. Let's go. There we go. All right. Look. Search. Oh, God. Okay. So London's saying it is 24. Feels like 24. So no real humidity there. Ooh. Oh, boy. You guys, holy shit. Wow. So tomorrow, let's see here. Okay, Wednesday. You guys really don't get a lot of humidity, but you got heat. Wednesday is saying 36 degrees. Feels like 36. Yeah, it's unlike here, because here, like when it says 36, it feels like 36. But let me give you an idea. Like here, the fucking humidity is so bad. I mean, it's not bad right now, but let me just give you an idea. So I'm going to go to the forecast for the next week. So just to give you an idea, okay, so next Friday, 27 degrees Celsius feels like 36. So a 9-degree difference with the humidity. That's how fucked up it is here. Right? So when it says 27 degrees Celsius, you can almost guarantee there's that, increase of humidity. And that's what kills us here. Humidity. It's fucking so bad. It's in the 30s where I am. Where roughly are you? General idea, Frito. You don't need to obviously give me exact. But that's what I mean. Like 27 feels like 35 degrees. Hey, like that is just insane. Like today, right now, 18 feels like 18. It's because it's overcast. We have rain, so it's not bad. It's just damp. So let's see here. But later on this afternoon, yeah, it's going to stay pretty much as is because of the rain. The rain has cooled things down here. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird like that. I mean, you guys over there, you know, when it says 30 degrees, it's 30 degrees. You don't really have a lot of humidity. It's just fucking heat. Here, the humidity sometimes is almost as much as the fucking temperature itself. It's ridiculous. At times you could like literally add another 7 to 10 degrees depending on how intense it is, because it can get pretty intense, especially in July going into August here. It can get extremely intense, sometimes as high as the late 30s into the early 40s. And that's just the heat temperature. And then you got to factor in the humidity because Southern Ontario, where I'm located, is humidity is such a huge factor. It's so bad. In Oregon, the humidity gets so bad that water's falling. Yeah, you know exactly, Leanne. It's horrible. It's the same here. In Oregon, we're pretty much on the same parallel almost. You guys are probably give or take maybe just a little north of we're south because you have the 49 parallel, right? That runs all the way across Canada, US. We're slightly down. We're in Southern Ontario, which slightly because the parallel, right, runs across and the border goes down into the Great Lakes. And we're in that pocket underneath the 49 parallel, right? So we get a lot of fucking because we're in the pocket of the Great Lakes. We're literally surrounded by the Great Lakes here. You're going to get we get some wild fucking weather here because of it, right? You get lake effect snow, you get storms because they strengthen because of the lakes, right? So you get tornadoes. The odd time we'll get hurricane. I mean, we don't get as many hurricanes here as they do in the central south, like the tornado alley or whatever down in south, in the southern parts of the U.S. But yeah, there's the odd time when it flies up the fucking or east coast, and bang, we get hit by it sometimes. But the weather's just fucking insane. Southern Ontario is probably one of the worst areas for lightning strikes. We have so like when we have a storm, we have lightning storms that are so bad. Like you really have to watch it when you're outside. You do. I mean, Southern Ontario is probably one of the worst areas for lightning storms, strikes. You know, I'm in the high desert of southeast Oregon, so it's a lot drier. Yeah. So, you know, let me just look. Yeah, I think you're probably parallel to us, but out west, obviously. I see. I don't know if you're on this side of the Rockies or the other side. Let me see. Oh, you're okay. You're on the other side, right? You're on the other side of the. You're on the west side of the Rockies, right? Yeah. Yeah, so you guys got a lot of humidity there. But yeah, when you look at it, you're pretty much parallel. We're actually lower than you guys. When you look at the 49th parallel, right? we're a lot lower down because of our positioning within the Great Lakes. So we're lower than quite a bit actually. But still, and we're on the obviously the eastern side of the Rockies. I mean, when you yeah, west of the 45th parallel. So yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm so you're below Washington State, but you're on the west coast pretty much. So still you're west of the Rockies. And when so I mean, you guys get a lot of like in the winters. You guys are relatively mild there, right? I mean, you're not it's not too, I mean, depending on when you get closer to the Rockies in Oregon. But I mean, if you're closer to the coast, you guys probably get a lot more rain, right? You probably get a lot of rain in many parts of Oregon. So it must be a pretty wet kind of state. So I know Vancouver, like BC is, especially Vancouver Island. Holy, I fucking love it there. Vancouver Island is very, 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 very wet, right? I mean, they get some snow, but they don't get a lot. They don't get like a shitload. I mean, don't get me wrong, that there is anomalies where they do have snow, but for the most part, it's mostly damp and rainy because of their positioning from the Rockies, being west of the Rockies and close to the Pacific Ocean. So I remember being out there last April, not this past April, but a year ago April, and April, it's still snowing here. Not all of these, but I mean, we still get snow. But out there, it's just very mild and rainy, and it was calling for a lot of rain when we were there, but we didn't get a lot of rain, which was nice. We actually had a pretty nice time out there. But yeah, Oregon's one of the states I'd love to visit. I'd actually love to visit Oregon. Why? Because I'm a big craft beer fan, and a lot of the craft breweries that I really like are from Oregon, like Fort George and 10. I think it's 10 Barrel, and they're not so much craft anymore. They were bought up by Molson's Coors. But yeah, I don't know. But anyways, fraying off weather, blah 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 blah. But anyways, that's some of the sites I'm going to go grab and take a look and film some content. And again, just walkthroughs, nothing paranormal. Obviously, I'm not too worried about that. Hey, Chaos, how are you? Good to see you. I haven't been in quite a while. Yeah, yeah. My brother-in-law he used to make beer too, but yeah, it just yeah. It's an acquired taste, obviously. But you know what? I can't. Now it's a lot different. Obviously, when he was making homebrew, it was it was the old kits and shit like that. And you're like, oh man, they're not very. It's not very good. It's not very good. But now it's more defined, and obviously, with the better selection of hops and barley and everything else that you use. There's so many things that you can use to. I know a good friend of mine. He had been home brewing for about 8 years. He's from Chicago, but he lives here now. But he was home brewing for about 8 years and really perfected his craft. And him and a friend that he had met decided that they were going to open a craft brewery, and that's what they did. Third Moon Brewing in Milton. And I have to say, the beer that he was brewing, it really defined things here. I mean, it really changed the landscape of a lot of the established craft breweries. Were going, oh wow, okay, and they really. And the sad thing is they had their opening planned, but unfortunately, when they got the facility, when they started brewing, they got everything up and going. Vid hits, right? So it puts a damper on their fucking grand opening. So they decided to go full steam ahead. They had no choice. They spent all this money. We gotta get this shit out, man. We have to. And thankfully, things eased up, and they're allowed to garner online sales, and people can pick up um and order stuff, and safely pick it up, and so on and so on. And that kind of helped them out to a point. And then, obviously when things started opening back up after the vid, um they really the reviews, they really did well. I mean, people really enjoyed their stuff, and they still do. I mean, they really changed the way things were brewed here. Quite literally, they were taking what was going on in the US, because I had been well versed with a lot of the craft breweries in the US. In fact, a lot of my favorites were out of the US at the time. And the styles, and because of his positioning, the living dead. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. They really, I guess, propped up the way things were brewed here, and them in a couple other places, and bang, it is what it is now, I think. And they played a pivotal role in how it is now. But that was back then. Things have changed. Things are becoming saturated now, and I'm not going to go too much into that. I don't want to get too much into that, but because I am a big craft beer guy, I have been for years. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, and like I said, we when we do the show, we have had people on from all facets. It is a lazy, hazy, but it's not so hazy here. It's fucking rainy here. Although the rain is let up, it looks like it wants to start up again. But yeah, it's could put a damper on my trip out to a location that I wanted to go film some content to share with you guys. Again, historically, I'm not looking to go there on a paranormal sort of aspect. I just wanted to go out there and document. I've been there before. Oh yeah, it's supposed to clear up, I believe, in about an hour or so. But we'll see. Sage, thank you very much. Thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Hey, Laura, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Julianne, where's Julianne? Did I miss Julianne? Where? Did I miss? If I missed Julianne, hi. I do not see you. Why don't I see you? Hold on. Let me just make sure I got everything here. Yeah, I don't see. Well. Oh, okay. The living. Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know that was you. But hey, how are you? Good to see you. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to check out the limestone kilns and drying house, which was built in 1858. Unfortunately, like I said, because of the rain, that was kind of rained out. I don't want to go any later, because it's restricted in getting into at a certain time, but still, I don't have any time later on to do it. So that's why I'm in here doing this and spending my time with you guys, which I love doing. And I want to thank you guys for coming in. Let's see here. So kind of just shooting the shit about whatever. I have to make sure that. Let's just see there. Good there. We're good there. Got that. Yeah, the thing was built in the 1858. Yeah, it's pouring here too. I guess I have. Yeah, Laura, it looks like a big fucking system when I last looked at it. But it looks like it's kind of moved out of this area. Let me just kind of look at it again. Yeah, it's kind of moved out, but it looks like you're going to get it for a bit. Looks like you are in the epicenter down around where you are, Laura. See, I'm just above it, and it looks like it's cleared out, but there's some cells that'll pop up from time to time. But I see quite possibly the temperature, it's not going to get much more hotter here. Looks like we're in a cool down phase right now, which is fine by me. Fuck, I hate the heat. Yeah, we were supposed to have rain all day today too, but it's supposed to clear up. I think around 1 o'clock. They're saying, which is half an hour. Let me see. That could change, obviously, because it's looking pretty dreary right now. It's just overcast right now. Yeah. It doesn't look like we're going to get any more rain today. So that's it. It's pretty much done until Wednesday night, Thursday, which is my other day off. And of course, it's fucking raining. Come on. 80% chance. Hopefully that moves. T-storms. And like I told you guys, the T-storms are bad here. They're just horrible. They're horrible. Oh, and another thing I wanted to share is I'm going to be working on the conclusion. No, I've had enough rain. I was rained out of my plans for today. I had my adventure all mapped out and normally I'd say fuck it, I'll do it, but I don't want to get my pocket 3 all fucking drenched and then ruin it, which kind of sucks. I'm still in the midst of buying a drone. So I'd like to get a drone soon too. So that's in the works because I want to get some really cool drone footage for you guys too. Some of these locations, I think that'd be really cool. For the content, extra sort of scenario for a lot of the content, because as you know, the regular show is in hiatus until September. So no regular shows Sunday nights until September. I am also working on getting the guests all scheduled for the upcoming 19th season. 19th season. Scary, isn't it? Scary. Dude, how are you? It is good to see you, Sailing. Hope you're well. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, sir. I wanted to get a drone, but I'll fly into it. You know what? It's funny because when my buddy was doing the drone footage for us, for the dark wood lot and an old farmhouse that I filmed, he flew into flew into one of the trees. Let me see if I can find it. It's actually hilarious. He flew into a tree. That is so obvious. Let me see if I can find it here. I gotta get the stock footage. Where are you? Here we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, I think it's coming up here. There's no audio to this anyway, so hold on. This is it's so beautiful, this footage too. I'll show you guys. This you guys have seen this footage before, but not the I don't think I've shown you the full footage. Hold on. Where is it? This farmhouse has now been demoed, sadly. Where the hell is it? I gotta get. Where are you, buddy? I think it's here somewhere. I'll show you guys the footage. What the hell? I'll show it to you. Because it's fucking cool. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Let's see. Why the hell isn't it working? Let me just What the hell, man? It's not working. Let's see here. Hold on. For some odd reason, it doesn't want to fucking play. I don't know what. Let's try it again. I'll do it this way. Where are we? There we go. There we go. Get some music in behind. There's no music. There's nothing. I love this footage. Again, in the fall, it's perfect. Unfortunately, this place is no longer with us. It's gone. You know? It's now gone. Total. Such a man, this place was awesome. As you can see, all the farm equipment in the horse barn still there. The equipment barn is flattened. It's gone. But everything's gone now anyways. It doesn't matter. Now, again, you've heard me talk about this place so many times, but this footage is just amazing. I think he did a great job, especially when he goes over the house. But as you can see, look at how much land these people had. Right, they had so much land, and of course, it was corn. They're growing corn. Here you are. Now you're on one. I don't know how many acres this was, because like I said, now it's gone. The car parks, everything's gone. The house has been demoed. Everything's been demoed. It's sad. And this was the beautiful house. Beautiful house. Oh, the barn's amazing. It was great. And sadly, the thing about the barn, and then you see the TV antenna there as well. So those were 2 points that supposedly 2 women had committed, the S word. I don't want to say it. The S word. 2 different points of the history of this house. One, the TV antenna there, and the other one in the barn. In fact, the first time when I went here, in fact, up until its demise, I mean, the police tape was still in the barn where the other one was. See, he hits the tree right there. He hit the tree right there. But look at this. It's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, if I had the money, I would so buy this. Absolutely beautiful. But the sad thing is, they want to develop all this, which is sad. Because a lot of the farms that ran up and down this area have all been, demolished. Yeah, yeah, and you can see the side veranda, the roof collapse there, and it was, as you can see right there. What was creepy about this place is I remember going to this place at night. We'd go at night, and the farmer across the street who used to take care of this place. He used to keep an eye on it and shit. That's who we got permission to go in and do our investigations and so on and so on. They would keep the light on at night. So I mean, when you drove up, see, I'd only drive up to there was an old bridge, like an old wood bridge, and there's a creek in front of this place. I mean, you saw it in the beginning there. I'd only drive the car up to the bridge. See, there's the bridge there, because I wasn't too sure. I was unsure about you know, just how well that bridge was, if it can handle the weight still, and it did, because they were still using grain tractors up and down that bridge still. So yeah, but as you can see, there's like Rattlesnake Point, and then Mount Nemo in the back. Mount Nemo is where the old quarry is for where they digging up the limestone and so on and so on for the CN Tower back in the early to mid 70s. But this place is just fucking amazing, and it's really sad that it's gone now. This place had so many stories to tell, and we were only able to get a glimpse. But I'm glad we got this footage when we did. At least we have this. But as you can see, the roof, everything, it just we couldn't get into the house. It was a beautiful house, absolutely stunning, and even inside. But like I said, it got to the point where you couldn't even go inside. It was so unsafe, so weathered. Beautiful property. I mean, like I said, you got a river, like a stream in front of it, right? Tend to your fields, your corn. And just think of the stories this thing had to tell. From the very first time I went in there, I remember driving by and noticing this house, this old farmhouse that kind of peered out through the trees. I saw the barns. All the barns were still intact. The one, like you said, the one there is demolished now. It collapsed. And I remember driving up that dirt driveway up to the bridge, and ouch. But yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. It was cool place. And yeah, like I said, it's sad that it's no longer there. It's gone. And these places, they still have a lot to tell, a lot of stories to tell. And that's what fascinates me is digging in and trying to get pieces of those stories. If even if you don't know much about the history, even if you're not in contact with the people who might have lived there, you know, because as far as I know, that property was it was leased out because it was bought up by CN Rail or CP, one of the two, I can't remember. And they were going to use it to build these yards where they would house the containers along the railway that's close by, but that never happened. At least it hasn't happened yet. They still want to do it, and I think they're doing it, but further away from this particular area, that particular area. And they had been renting and leasing these out for many of the houses and farmhouses in that area for years, for about probably about 20 years, 30 years. Um, and now, like I said, lately, because of the expansion, if you will, a lot of the towns now are looking for space to build, and that's what's happening. They're taking over these places, and their subdivisions are being fucking built. Suburbia is crawling, and it's really sad. It's scary, and it's like now there's nothing left because of this fucking expansion, if you will. And I mean, it was, lucky to be in this area for about, almost 25 years now. But the sad thing is, all the fucking shit that used to be here that's gone now. It's so sad because you know what? Whatever's left is going to be gone. I mean, they do have an area that there's a hold on all construction. Nothing, you can't build within a certain zone because it's called a green zone, and it's protected green space. So they tried their damnedest to like literally get rid of that, and they almost came close to it, but thankfully it's being upheld, and it's being saved, if you will, because I mean we need that green space. We need that green space. One good thing is that they took the lumber out of the barn and used it in their home. As yeah, I I use reclaimed barn wood a lot with stuff that I build. I build a lot of stuff, and I use reclaimed barn wood. I absolutely fucking love it. I love using it. Um, I still got an old, an 8x8 barn beam that I'm still kind of figuring out what I'm going to make with it. I wanted to make. I wish I had a fireplace where I can make a mantle with it, but unfortunately, I don't have a fireplace, like a traditional fireplace, to make a fucking fireplace mantle with it, which kind of sucks. So I'm still like, okay, I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, okay, what am I going to use this for? What am I going to build with it? I mean, I got it for such a good price, you know. I mean, something like that. You go into these wood places, and they charge you an arm and a leg for it, But I was able to get it for a very cheap price. But it's a beautiful piece of wood, and I definitely got to use it. Make it outside. Yeah, I should, eh? I should. That would be great. I wish I was able to do that. I wish I was in an area where I could do shit like that, but unfortunately I can't. restrictions, which kind of suck. And I don't know if I want to let it. I want to expose it to the outside elements. I want to keep it inside and keep it protected. Um, you know, hutch my kitchen made. Yeah, I've built some cupboards and hutches in my home too with reclaimed barn wood. I've paneled around my. I have a natural gas fireplace, which I've paneled with barn wood around it, and the beam around it is all reclaimed barn wood. It looks fucking fantastic. I love the way it looks. And like I said, I wanted to get rid of. I wanted to get rid of that fucking propane, fucking or sorry, the natural gas fireplace and install a real one. But it costs money right now. So eventually, maybe, and if that's the case, then I will use that beam as the mantle. Of course, that's my ultimate goal in using that thing because I fucking love it. It's a beautiful chunk of wood, man. I'm telling you, and the craftsmanship is just incredible with these old barns. The way they were built, so fucking sturdy. And it's really sad that you go across you know here, and I'm sure places in the UK and so on and so on in the US, and you see these old barns that are just sitting in the middle of nowhere and just wilting away, and it's really sad to see that a period of time long gone, long gone. you know it's just sad that things are progressing so fast now. um there's not time to enjoy. There's no time to enjoy the present. There really isn't. The present, it's not long enough. you know it is sad to see, Tim. It's absolutely sad to see. But I mean, you can't live in the present because the present isn't long enough, right? 1 mile up the road from our place used to be a lumber mill, and that lumber was cut. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Sawdust. That's another thing, eh? Fuck. I mean, sadly, the elements do get a lot of get to the wood, right? I mean, bugs and so on and so on. But I mean, if you can get to the wood in time and clean the wood, you know, spray the wood and seal the wood from any further damage, right? Treat the wood for bugs, kill the bugs, and you're good to go. And you got to make sure you do that because you don't want to use wood that's not treated, because then you're asking for these bugs in your home, and then they get in your home, and then fuck, your home becomes, oh wow, this is a big ass treat. Look at what we got here, and then it becomes a bit much larger problem. A whole new can of worms has just opened up. But yeah, it's sad. And history, we have a lot of, yeah, Laura. I mean, yeah, termites, yeah, and just all sorts of fucked up shit. Um, Laura, yeah, you have a lot down there, and like I said, I've traveled many areas down around you, and you see it, like here, you see it everywhere. Old farmsteads. Um, You know, I actually follow a page on YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook. Maybe they have a YouTube too. I don't know. I haven't really looked. Well, it's called Old South Appalachians, and oh my God, the places that they find and share there are just incredible. So full of history, and it's just sad to see them just wilting away, just like people just don't have the money, and that's a thing. I mean, it takes money to upkeep these places, and the history is just being lost. I mean, yeah, some of the important places are looked after, but not all of them, because the money, there's just not enough wealth to go around and to save a lot of these important places, and it's sad. I mean, it's easy enough to set up a GoFundMe or whatever else, and hey guys, contribute. And yeah, the problem is, and doing that for every location. Come on, I mean, people just can't, dole out that kind of money. The money's just not there anymore. You know, everybody's tight for money now, especially in this environment, and it's really sad. It's just really sad to see history falling by its wayside. Right? Let's see. What else? I want to share. I guess I could. Let's see. Where are we? Oh. Oh, I gotta plug it in. Hold on a sec. Okay, let's see if we can. Take care, Sage. Let's see. Let's see here. What's this? Like, there's not much left of the woodlot either. Here's some footage here. Let's see here. I'll show you some of it. No. Like, this is all that's left of the woodlot here. And there used to be Italian. I think there was like five farms, and they've all been demoed, cleared. All that you have are the woodlots. You have the one woodlot there, and then where we were shooting the dark woodlot, I don't know if it doesn't swing around, but you can see it's a big piece of property. It's humongous. No, he doesn't swing around. Let me see if I can find. Let's see. Let's see here. use this one. Okay. So we turn around. There we go. And then, as you can see, this is where we're shooting the woodlot here, coming up here. And what they would do is literally switch between soya, and there's the woodlot there. That's still what's left of it. They haven't started. They've got a proposal for development here on both sides, but from what I understand, they're keeping this. They're saving this, and they're going to be using it for trails and greenery, which is nice. But as you can see, it's farmed still between soya and corn. They haven't planted corn here in a while, which kind of is sad. But as you can see the crop lines. Let's see here. I'll show one more, and then that's it. I think I'll end this. This is corn, thankfully. This was the last year that they planted corn. They never harvested the corn, though. I mean, they did, but the corn just, I thought they would have harvested the corn and use it for feed at least, but no. They didn't even do that. Let's see here. Going from the other angle. Like I said, the separated area, this like the two forests, the two woodlots are still standing. The one on the left is all but going to be, I think, torn down, which is sad. All this area here is going to be industry, right? All this here, this pocket, this field, up into this woodlot here, and then on the north side of this woodlot will be housing, mixed residential, and the woodlot itself is going to be saved, at least from the initial reports, and be used as like a green space for people to go for walks and shit in the But what I like about this place is, been lucky for 20 years, at almost 25 years. This has been relatively untouched. It's been left alone, right? And it's very, very rare now in suburban areas that you have this kind of luxury, if you will, until it's taken away from you. People do not appreciate this because to them it's in the way. It's in the way. We need to get rid of it because there's nothing but coyotes and animals that, invading our space. They're not invading your space. We're invading their space. Right? This is their home. This has been their home for years. Right? Thank you. This is where we shot the Dark Woodlot series. And this is raw drone footage. that we took. Let's see. I'll play one more. It's just a thing of beauty. It's just absolutely beautiful, man. And they just want to destroy it. Really, I mean, you can't have anything beautiful anymore, right? But look at that. In the fall, it's just absolutely stunning in there. Even though it's such a small area, it's been a wealth of history in there. Like, I mean, when I first discovered it, there was remnants of because at one point there was an old mechanic shop left on the property on in one of the areas here. And there was the rubble of the place was there, it was just rubble. And there was piles of tires throughout this woodlot. Piles of them. Right? So quite literally they were dumping tires in this woodlot. Out of sight, out of mind, But and I've posted photos and video of some of the piles that I had found over the years. There's a couple ponds in there, and then you go there in the spring, and quite literally you can hear the frog spawning, and I there's nothing like hearing that sound, right? Right? I'm a termite. The sound of frogs spawning is just it's such an eerie sound, but beautiful at the same time. Anybody want corn? And again, they haven't planted corn in years there. I think this was probably 2022 to 23, somewhere around there. Right? I think that's pretty much it for that. But yeah, it's really sad. I don't even think I've got the. Let's see if I do have the crickets. Let's see. I don't know if I have them. I might. You never know. No, that's not it. Let's see. Maybe this is it here. Oh yeah. Like here you go. Like, let me just see here. And I'll just play this. Whoa. We don't have wolves here, but we have coyotes, so just pretty much the same. But the coyotes are amazing. I mean, we've had a couple encounters while filming with coyotes. Nothing major. Well, we've had all sorts of encounters in here, like white owls. There's turkey vultures. Oh my god, the turkey vultures are humongous in there. possums. There's a lot of possums in there, especially up in the trees. There was possums in the trees, and that was kind of freaky. But there, I love that sound. Right, that sounds amazing. You know. But anyways, guys, I think that's about it. I'm going to call it quits. I may see you Thursday again for a afternoon haze or morning haze, whatever. It's supposed to rain, so that might happen. I was hoping to get out and film some content, but unfortunately I won't be able to this week because of the rain, but we'll see. Hopefully it changes by that time. I'm hoping. And of course, I will probably be doing sometime this weekend, maybe a birthday stream, right? A birthday stream. Spend some time with you guys for the birthday, which isn't until Monday, but still, I'd love to come in here and spend some time with you guys. Again, I'll let you guys all know. You guys take care. Thanks for popping in, and be well, and remember, stay strange. Always stay strange. There's nothing wrong with being strange. I mean, God, this world would be boring if you weren't strange. Guys, take care, and we'll see y'all later. And don't forget to like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and leave your comments. Guys, it's like gnawing at teeth. You don't leave your comments. Leave your comments. Oh, we want to hear from you guys, especially if you guys have any recommendations or suggestions for guests that you'd like to see on the upcoming season. Let us know. Let us know. We want to know. All right, guys, until then, take care. Later.